Adultification is a form of bias which results in notions of innocence and vulnerability not being afforded to certain children. This form of bias primarily impacts racialised children, in particular those from Black ethnic backgrounds. This is due to preconceived ideas and beliefs grounded in racism, racial stereotypes and anti-Blackness. Understanding intersectionality will further help in understanding how adultification presents differently when considering race, ethnicity, gender, neurodiversity, sexuality and class, as well as other intersections. Evidence tells us that Black children are less likely to be considered vulnerable, in need of nurture, support and safeguarding. Instead, they're more likely to be met with suspicion, assumed deviancy, and not requiring safeguarding intervention. Assumptions and harmful attitudes about maturity, stature, and offending behaviours can leave Black boys in particular exposed to punitive approaches, further perpetuating unhelpful narratives about what it is to be a young Black male. Adultification takes many forms, including language and framing, both of which can influence referral pathways and support. Dangerous, hard to engage, hard to reach, difficult, gang affiliate, large, mature, resilient, streetwise, strong and aggressive. Without scrutiny, these labels can stigmatise Black boys and girls and diminish the innate vulnerability and overlook the essence of what it is to be a child. A lack of professional curiosity, responding to assumed behaviours rather than the questioning of what those behaviours might be indicative of, and limited reflection, thinking further, creates the conditions of adultification to manifest. Understanding adultification in the context of youth justice, in particular with youth court, police and other stakeholders, provides an opportunity to question the extent to which the child-first approach is effective or ineffective when the child is from a Black or other racialised background. When adultification is present, age is not an obvious indicator of vulnerability. As such, child first is not the primary focus. With increased suspicion and punitive approaches, adultification diminishes the rights of children. It replaces vulnerability with culpability. All children can be impacted by adultification, but it's Black children who are most likely to experience this form of bias. Racism is the core influencing factor, and as such, adultification must be understood as a manifestation of it. Black children are most likely to be met with suspicion, and therefore not always afforded the privilege of vulnerability. Adultification reduces professional and organisational responsibility to safeguard and protect. However, instead it increases responsibilisation. Adultification is a breach of child safeguarding and equalities legislation and guidance.